Hi everyone, welcome back to A Sky Full of Stars, episode 2, where in the last episode, they went to observe Venus and took notes about it. And being little kids, they were quite studious and diligent because in their observation journal, they have notes on many different planets like Mars, Jupiter, Saturn and its rings, and they even did extra research on them. Well, that appears to be in the past because near the end of episode 1, it looks like some time transition has occurred. So I'm not really sure, but let's just continue from here. So I wonder what Akito is doing right now. So I turned off my alarm and lay there for a while. Then I crawled out of my sleeping bag and poked my face out of the tent to have a look around. The sky was shifting from black to deep blue, the stars were almost nowhere to be seen, and dawn was coming soon. Oh, I overslept. For what? I wonder if he had to do something before sunrise. The chilled air forced me awake as I boiled water on my portable gas stove. I mixed the water with the dark brown powder in my cup. I wonder if it's hot chocolate. Okay, so this is Akito currently. So episode 1 was talking about the past, and now we're at present. Like the time when they were little kids and they had a inspiration to go and observe stars and Venus and the other planets. So the sky, free of dirt and smog, was clearer at dawn than dusk. So right before the morning commute. As the sun climbed over the horizon into the pure clear sky, the colors grew into a beautiful gradation. So like yellow, orange, red, purple. So purple to red to orange to yellow to white. And once it's daytime, it turns blue. As always, it was a sight that made my heart feel washed clean. So from my seat on the mountain peak, I had that sight all to myself while I drank my instant coffee. Oh, so that was coffee, not hot chocolate. I will never stop loving this. So he likes to see all those colors in the sky, going from dark blue to light blue. I enjoyed the blissful moment as I warmed my numb fingertips on the steaming cup. My heart dried out and twisted from the constant rat race of daily life and studying, felt steeped in warmth and washed clean. The only coffee on the mountaintop was instant. Okay? It did not need any richness or deep flavor. The mountain provided that. Incidentally, I call this a mountain peak, but getting here, I didn't really call anything as grand as mountain climbing. So it's probably a hill instead of a mountain peak. But either way, it kind of gives him this refreshing sense of relaxation, away from all the stress of city life and the such. It's the kind of place middle-aged folks in light clothes hike on a weekend afternoon. You can also ride a bike up here. But even so, I was all on my own. I had the scenery and cool air all to myself. So I wonder what happened to Hikari and Saya. Maybe they left sometime between those two periods? But anyways, for just a moment, I could forget my daily life and all the little irritations of school and enjoy the solitude. I wonder if school is really tough for him now. Maybe lots of work, lots of lessons that don't really pertain to his interest, which is a big problem in most schools today. It was the greatest, most luxurious moment of bliss. But it seems like a bit of waste to enjoy all this alone. Even though no one was there to hear, the words tumbled out like an apology, and I picked up my smartphone. So I wonder who he's going to call. The thin plate of glass was like a symbol of daily life and my relationships with the people of this planet. So I wonder if he's going to talk to someone or get someone to come up here with him. Oh, so he took a picture of the sky, the sunrise, and he's going to send it to someone. So the first face that popped into my mind was Takeichi, my best friend, but I shook my head and drove him out of my mind. So who else is he going to send it to? And we haven't really met Takeichi yet, but I guess we'll see him later in the story. It's no good. He does not have an ounce of sensitivity that we wasted on him. It would just encourage his vanity. So, what's gonna happen if he does send the photo? Maybe he probably just shows off, or maybe laughs at him or something. Or maybe get jealous that he's not at this place. Okay, so he's actually gonna send it to Saya first. The pre-dawn sky. I sent her a short text along with the picture. Saya, so delicate and full of sensitivity, would surely understand the depth of my emotion. Ah, da da da. She's not answering. I wonder if she knows if it's Akito that's talking to her. Because if it's been this long, I don't think she recognizes who sent her the picture. Or maybe she doesn't even have him in the contact list. It just shows up as a random telephone number. My text sat there, displaying the word unread. Or maybe it's because it's too early and she's still sleeping. But we'll see. But that was a given. It wasn't even 6 in the morning. She was probably still asleep. That's true. Even though I know why, it bothered me that she did not answer. I should have not sent the message. I guess I'll go home. I finished off my coffee, completely cold now, and stood up feeling dejected. If I could have, I would have stayed and prayed to the morning sun, but I had to get to my part-time job. Oh wow. So he has to work now. I put myself together and started taking down my tent. So I wonder where he works at. Thank you. So I think Akito's probably going to a convenience store to buy something while he's on his way to work. Customers always start trickling into Sao Tome's stopping by almost as soon as it opens. Oh, so he actually works here. Unlike more famous convenience store chains, it had a rural feel to it. Also, it was right in front of a station, so it was actually pretty convenient. Having said that though, it was a tiny countryside station. Most morning customers were students, adults on the way to work, or old-timers stopping to buy breakfast during their morning walk. Always the same faces. Well, then again, I'm sure this small town is just a small town, so you're probably not going to get many tourists that come and go here. And more importantly, this is not a motel or lodging, so unless people actually live here, they're not going to know about the shop. And I'm sure it's not a chain type of convenience store like 7-Eleven or Circle K. But anyways, it looks like there's some good refreshments that Akito serves to those morning customers who are on their way to school or work. I see coffee, I see tea, maybe hot water, and maybe some other refreshments that we don't see here. Okay, that is 142 yen and change. Thank you for stopping by. When the customers let up, I had a chance to take a deep breath. And then so he hears a dog barking outside, and I wonder what's going on. I suddenly heard the excited voice of a barking dog coming from the outside. Oh, so she's here. Or she came. Who is it? Okay, so I wonder who this person is. Okay, so the dog. I went out to look and was met with the same old scene. So, just as usual. That is, a Shiba standing on its hind legs, wagging its tail, and straining its, I think it's head, I think it's spelled wrong, to the limit. And in front of him, her brow furrowed in deep consternation, stood a girl in her school uniform. It was an odd scene, but taken as a picture, it was actually quite pleasant. The girl had the kind of beauty you would see in commercials. So who's she? Her face was perfectly laid out, her figure was slim and elegant, and her hair shone under the morning sun. But I think we might know who she is based on the hair. All of which made her the archetype of the beautiful schoolgirl. Of course, what was most striking about her was something else. It was her eyes. So what about it? So her left eye and right eye are different colors. Should be are, not were. One was an intense blue, and the other orange tinged with amber. So I wonder if this is natural or she has different contact lenses or different colors of contact lenses. Like Kobato in Hagana I Don't Have Friends, where it looks like she has two different color eyes, but actually she has blue eyes and she wears contact lenses to make one of her eyes red. And it's because she's trying to dress up as one of her favorite characters. I forgot the name of the show that she likes to watch. I think it's Kurogane no Neuromancer, and she always dresses up as that one character. And that's why, and that character has two different color eyes, and that's why she wears a contact lens to represent that. So those beautiful jewel-like multicolored eyes were now tearing up. So I kind of feel like this is probably natural for her, or maybe, well, I don't know yet. Well, we'll see. So what is she doing, anyways? Okay. At first glance, it seemed like this girl was crying because she was surprised at the Shiba's excitement, but actually it was something else. So what is it then if it's not the excitement? The girl seemed to reach out her hand, then retracted it, and then reached out again. The dog, seeing this, sensed something was about to happen and got more excited, whipping its tail back and forth and barking happily. This. She could not bear it anymore. The girl with multicolored eyes reached out to pet Shiba's head, or the Shiba's head. Hey, stop, Saya! Oh, so it's Saya. It was one of the people that Akito was with in episode 1 when they went to do stargazing. So her hand stopped just in time. You know how this ends, right? Well, what will happen if you play with him? I don't know. But it was just gonna be for a little bit. It wasn't that much. Well, that's what you said last time, but you couldn't help it, and who ended up crying afterwards. So what did she do that pushed her too far to the point where she ended up in tears? Maybe she petted it and the dog bit her? That's the usual explanation. Well, it was shedding season, and the Shiba's fur was in the middle of regrowing and shedding a ton. Ah, pet hair. So, she was trying to get rid of its fur and regrow new fur. And as a result, you get all sorts of pet dander, which may lead to allergies. So to clean her fur color uniform last time, she had to buy a lint roller from us and really work on it. So yeah, pet hair. So pet hair got all over her uniform, and it took a long time and lots of effort to get it off. I wonder how many times she had to wash the uniform. So Kotaro the Shiba reached out his nose and carefully sniffed at the girl's outstretched hand. Saya just stared at Kotaro with her teary, jewel-like eyes. So she still wants to pet him. Oh, so Kotachi is actually her nickname for the dog, Kotaro. Okay, so she lets the dog go, obviously. Close to tears, Saya waved regretfully at Kotaro and rushed into the store. It had all the drama of a scene in some old movie where a mother had to give up her own child because the family is too poor. But then... Wait, what the... So what else happened? Oh no. So she tripped into the perfect head first slide into the carpet in front of her shop. I think the shop is slippery, or he just mopped the floor and the floor's wet. And as a result, someone who's not too careful would easily fall. And then a shadow appeared over her. So who else is here? Okay, so the dog is still interested in Saya, Kotaro, and when Saya had to give up the opportunity, the dog is not going to let it go. Because obviously the dog thought that she was gonna pet him, but then she had to follow Akito's orders and, hey, don't get your uniform messy. Just let it go. The dog's like, no. She's okay, she's fine. See? Take a look. I wonder if this is what happened last time as well. Like, she tried to pet him, then the dog got all crazy and really jumped all over her, and that's why her uniform got dirty. So Kotaro, having finally succeeded in breaking the clip of his leash, leaped onto Saya with joyful energy. Hey, Kota-chan, stop! Hey, Kotaro, cut it out! Oh, come on. So whose dog is this? So I wonder who owns Kotaro, and who would let this dog go loose. And I think it looks like Saya got her uniform dirty again, and now Akito has to clean it up once more. Okay, raise your arms. So Kotaro had his way with Saya until I dragged him off with his leash. So I think the dog belongs to Akito. And if that's the case, Akito didn't really take good care of the dog. He shouldn't be leaving it unattended, so that when the dog finds someone like Saya who's trying to pet him, he feels excited and wants to jump on the opportunity. Okay, say, here you go. So he's cleaned up Saya's uniform. But then again, it was kind of Akito's fault for letting the dog go loose. Well, leaving it here last time had been the right decision. And I wonder what he's thinking about now. Okay, so now he's blaming Saya for the problem. He's like, well, you kind of got him excited and that's what happened. So Kotaro was usually shy and timid, but if someone else he liked came along, he would wag his tail and want to play. Especially when it was Saya, who he loved more than his master for ages. Aww. Whatever the case, he was a clever, easy to train dog who was usually well behaved. If Saya hadn't done her little, I'm going to pet you, no wait, I'm not, okay, I will, tease, he never would have gone off like that. But then again, I still feel that Akito could have done something to prevent this from happening. I don't think he should have tied him in front of the shop, where it would be seen and attracted by many customers that are walking around this place, especially for Saya. So did you just skin your knees? Did you scrape your knees? Yeah, I'm fine. It's just red. So I think it's actually asking, did you scrape your knees, not skin. So she's lucky that she didn't get hurt. Oh, there's some on your butt as well. Oh, no, I'll do that. Okay, so let her take care of herself. Akito? Okay. So she blushed and took the roller and then twisted around to get the fur off her backside. Just then the store manager came out in front. Okay, Akito, that'll do for today. Okay, so I think he only needs to cover the morning shifts, like just getting the store all ready. So open the store and get everything ready for the morning commute customers. And now that the commute has died down, because everyone has probably been on their way to work, it's time to let Akito go. And obviously Akito still has school to do, so he's not free yet. Sure thing. Okay, so my part-time job is only in the morning, from opening up until the manager is finished with breakfast. So maybe just like a couple of hours, like maybe 3-4 hours. So in the back of the store, I took off my apron and changed into my uniform. I heard Kotaro barking, so I figured Saya must be here. Because I think it's actually the store manager's dog. And she just tied him to the front. And even though Akito's like, Saya, you shouldn't be getting Kotaro's attention. But it looks like the manager's okay with it because it tells me that Saya's here. So Saya blushed again and hurried off to get something for lunch. Okay, and now we'll also see what most of the shop looks like now. So you see the cash register, the microwaves, some of the bean buns that are in the Stay Hot cabinet. And I'm not really sure about all those office supplies that are showing because it's not an office of some sort. And some little things that you can get besides food. Okay, so the store manager gets something for Saya. And I'm not sure what I can say about this. Maybe she just thinks that Saya's buying too little. Or maybe the store manager's worried about Saya's nutrition. It's like, is that all you're gonna get? That's kind of, very little for lunch. Okay, so the store manager's worried about Saya's nutrition. Oh, you're growing up, you should eat something more than that. So she gets a complimentary item along with her usual order. Oh, I'll give this to you for free. This is because you were playing so nicely with Kotaro. Because Kotaro is the store manager's dog. So feeling a little jealous, I got something for lunch as well, and we left together. Okay. Alright then, see you later! Okay, so now they're now on their way to school. Okay. Here you go, Akito. So when we left the store, Sai handed me half of the pork bun she had just gotten. The little gift from the store manager about you need more nutrition if you want to grow up and become big and strong like me. But I think it's too much for her, so that's why she's giving Akito a good size of that extra item. Ah, Saya, you're way too nice. So stop and buy pork buns are a little different from other places. They're bigger. So they're handmade by the manager's husband, and they're packed with a delicious filling. They're also pretty big. They're bigger than other chains' pork buns. Okay, so yep, so they are bigger, and the fact that they're homemade, compared to being processed on a big assembly line, like a food processing machine. They're actually handmade, so there's probably more filling. The wrapping is probably thicker, more starch, more I think more flour, I should say. But either way, it feels thicker. So bai buns are kind of famous around here. Yeah, for some reason, when you make these handmade, the skin that wraps around the filling is thicker, and it feels like there's more flavor, more ingredients in it, compared to it being processed on a machine. That's what most buns are like when you buy them from the store. But thankfully, Saya did see that picture that Akito was sending to her in the early mornings. So munching on the steamed pork bun, I took out my phone. And what did you know? Saya had answered. So knowing that improved my mood, so I closed my eyes and slowly started talking. So while he was working, Saya woke up and she saw something in her text message box or her alerts, and she did see that picture that Akito was trying to send her. So the mountains are so nice. You can feel the wonder of nature with your whole body, and it makes you feel so small. So behind my eyelids, the deep solemnity of the morning's view returned to life. And in the middle of that view, drinking a single cup of instant coffee is the ultimate luxury. So again, that refreshment from the wind, the nature, away from the busy city life. I tried to tell her, but Saya's reaction was so strange, so filled with self-satisfaction, that I figured I should hurry up and read her reply. So I wonder what she wrote to him while he was working hard at that stop and buy store. Okay, so in his messaging app, it says, okay, so I think this is line. With a little bunny. Oh, for real? So he's asking her about the oden soup. Ah, that's nice. Thanks, Saya. So Saya's family oden, the grandeur of nature around the mountain peak with coffee was no rival for this luxury. It was really something to be looking forward to. So when she saw the bus coming, Saya rushed to finish off her pork bun. So you better slow down, you will burn yourself. Oh, it's probably hot fresh from the oven. Or the steamer. Okay, so he's gonna take off now. Okay, yeah, later. Okay, so it looks like Kotaro is all right. So she got on the bus and said hi to the other students from her school and then waved to me from the window. One of her friends seen this leered and poked her in the side, and she blushed and shook her head quickly. She probably got upset because they mistook me for her boyfriend again. Ah, that usual cliche. Well, no matter how often it's happened, she always overreacted like this. It was the first time. Well, that's Saya Amanogawa's in a nutshell. When the bus was out of sight, I unlocked my bike. Well, I guess I better go too. Good morning. Okay, so I think this is the school that Akito goes to. And this is where I should stop episode 2. So, we learned a little bit more about Akito. He does a part-time job at the Stop and Buy store before he goes to school. And we see that after all these years, Saya's still around. She comes into the store once in a while to buy some stuff and get something to eat for lunch. And obviously she's been too nice to that dog that the store manager has, Kotaro, who's in front of the store, to the point where the dog is always excited when Saya comes. And that commotion prompted the store manager. So every time Kotaro gets all crazy, it always means that Saya's here. But anyways, we'll see how Akito's life in school is. And how it compares to what it was back in the days when he, Hikari, and Saya went to go stargazing in the early hours all the time. So with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.